In Matthew chapter 8, from verses 5 to 13, we read the story of the centurion who came to beseech him concerning his servant who was sick. And Jesus said, "Oh, I'm coming to touch him. I'm coming to pray for him." And he said, No. In verse 8, he said, "Speak the word only." So you don't need to come to my house. You don't have to come all the way because I understand authority. Because I'm a man of authority and I know how to use authority. He says, "Speak the word only." And we're told that same hour that Jesus spoke, in verse 8, in verse 13, that same hour, the servant was healed. There's power in his word. In verse 16, Matthew chapter 8, verse 16, we are told they brought many people who were possessed with devils and who were sick, and he didn't have to do all night deliverance ministration. The Bible said he cast out the spirits with what? With his word. 9. Verse 6. He said, "I want you to know that the Son of Man has power on earth to forgive sins." He has power to forgive sins. And later we'll see, maybe tomorrow, we'll see, he has power to say, "Go and sin no more," and sin will become a past tense in your life. The power to forgive sins. And then as we read on, in Matthew, let's say Matthew chapter 9, we saw that he has power to raise the dead. As a matter of fact, Jesus demonstrated the power over death at least on 3 occasions. This was one of the first ones where Jairus' daughter was raised from the dead. They said, "She's dead." He said, "No, she's only sleeping. She's not dead." And they laughed. But she came back to life. And I believe tonight, dead bones will rise again. Dead situations will come alive again. Remember, the second occasion was a woman of Nain whose only son had just died. And they were just about to go and bury him. And just as they were coming out of the gate, Jesus met them, or they met him. May you meet the Lord at your special time of need. Now, if they had been 1 hour late or 1 hour fast, they probably would have met him. They met him, and of course, you know the story. He raised the dead. And then in John 11, we saw the third occasion, Lazarus. This time, it was not just that he had just freshly died. He was dead, he was buried for 4 days. 4 days. And Jesus said to them, he said, if you believe, you will see the glory of God. So he demonstrated power to raise the dead. In Matthew chapter 14, verses 15 to 21. Matthew 14, 15 to 21. We saw how he demonstrated the power to multiply loaves of bread. Just a few loaves. And 5,000 were fed, and there were leftovers. The power for multiplication. The power to show that what you think or what you thought was too small, too little, will be more than enough. What you thought cannot achieve anything, the income, the salary, the resources you thought will not take you anywhere, he can multiply it, and he will multiply it. So he demonstrated power to multiply loaves. In that same Matthew 14, from verses 22 to 31, we saw him demonstrating power to walk on the water and to cause Peter to also walk on the water. We are told the disciples were right on the high sea, and he walked on water to go and meet them. He demonstrated that power, and they saw it. In Matthew 17, verse 27, Matthew 17, verse 27. He demonstrated the power of God to meet a need at a crucial moment. And through an unusual messenger, the tax collectors had come, and they wanted to embarrass Jesus and the disciples. And even though it was not a tax they were to collect from indigents, it was supposed to be from foreigners, but they wanted to embarrass and to show that this man has nothing. But he now told Peter, he said, who is supposed to pay this kind of tax? Indigent or foreigner? They said indigent, they said foreigner. He said, well, but you know how to offend them. Just go to the river, and you're going to catch a fish. The first fish you catch, open the mouth. And there is treasure in the mouth, there is gold. And bring it to pay for me and for you. And that was what happened. The power of provision. The power to meet need. I remember some years ago, many years ago, then I had just started my postgraduate program at Ibadan. So I was shuttling between Ibadan and Ilorin. My family was in Ilorin, and I was shuttling between Ibadan and Ilorin. And on a Friday, I was to go back, and not only was it that I didn't have a dime that I will use to put bread on the table when I get back to Ilorin, I didn't even have from very deep because the whole place was dry.